On this video, we're talking about episode on Lost in Love where Pakhi shot Sei going to die finally in this series, and then what will be Pakhi's punishment after this episode. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't, as we jump straight into the video of today. So the episode starts with the police knocking on the door while the receptionist sees it in the camera, and the receptionist sees it in the camera and worries about who is listening to it, Virat or the police. Meanwhile, Virat knocks on the door and pushes it open when Park refuses to open it. Paki gets hysterical and tells Virat to get lost while Virat asks her where Vinayak is. Don't forget, guys, the backstory of this episode is that after Say found out that Vinayak is the son, Paki is now very much obsessive about the boy and doesn't want Say anywhere near to the Vinayak boy, and now she's going to the extent of hiding Vinayak from the family. You understand? So Virat gets angry and tells her that she has only been imagining things and it is not true, nor he can think of hurting her or Vinang. Paki begins to whine for never being happy ever since she met Virat. She asks him why did he not tell her about Vinang being the same child that was born 9 months before adopting, and later on thanks the anonymous person who told her everything in a letter. Virat tries to appease Paki for saying that he was about to tell her, but the day he found out about it, it was also the same day she was going through, uterus removal surgery. Later, Paki gets furious for Virat for telling Sei instead of her, but Virat tells her that Sei found out everything on her own and had given him 72 hours to tell him so he could tell Paki the truth. Paki's hysteria increases as Virat tells her that Vinayak is Sei's son and she cannot deny that. Paki tells Virat that Vinayak is also her son and only her son, and no one can take the boy away from her. Just then, a knock on the door and Sei's voice tells them that Sei have reached there as well. Meanwhile, Sei tells the inspector to break the door open, but the police inspector refuses by saying that he cannot barge into a lady's room in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, Virat tells Paki to let him see Vinag as she has been charged with kidnapping. Then Paki ignores all of Virat's warning and tells him that she will never let anyone take her son away from her. Paki points the gun at her head and tells Virat that the only way she can take Vinayak away from her is to go through her dead body. Virat gets scared and distracts Paki to try and snatch the gun from her. Meanwhile, Sei is in the reception threatening a jail sentence if the reception doesn't give her the key. At this point as well, Sei have learned that the boy is her child, like I said earlier on, and Sei doesn't want the child to be with Paki. And then Paki have as well kidnapped the child, that is Vinayak. Sei is trying her best to take the boy away from Paki since Paki is having bad intentions already. And then Sei enters the door with the police or witnessing Virat and Paki in an embarrassing state. She looks around for Vinayak and couldn't still find the boy, that is Vinayak. Say accuses Paki of being a heartless mother who is trying to run away with her child. However, Virat stops her and tells Sei that Vinayak is not her son, but it is Paki's son who has helped him adopt Vinayak. He also tells Sei that she has no right over Vinayak as she has neither given birth to him nor have brought him up, so she has no right over Vinayak. Sei keep demanding from her son from Paki. Paki points a gun at Sei and threatens her. Sei says that she would take back her son at any cost. Paki threatens to kill herself. Virat notices that and with Sei tries to snatch the gun from Paki, and the bullet hits one of them when they were still dragging the gun. But however, guys, it turns out that none of them really died. They got injured actually when dragging Vinayak. And however, Vinayak later came out and saw, the parents and what they were up to, fighting obviously for his custody. So now, Vinayak will later find out that Sei is actually the real mother, and how he found out was really bad, and he will start hating Sei due to how Paki manipulated the boy to making it look like Sei abandoned him from childhood, and considering the fact that the boy actually had challenging health issues, that one will even make the case even more escalated. So guys, thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.